So this is what it's like to be European, to take 3 weeks off at the end of the year. Y'all are really onto something. I don't know if you remember my face. My name's Kackie, and today we're going to be jumping right back into things with a fresh round of Tepid Takes. Tepid Takes is the series on my channel where we talk about new beauty releases and whether or not I plan to buy them for review on my channel. I have some really strong opinions. I have been sitting on some strong opinions and I'm really excited to get them all out today. But before we do, I just want to say my normal disclaimer about Tepid Takes. I am, like I said, buying these things for my channel, not for some kind of vanity stash for me. So never try and keep up with my level of consumption, okay? This is not normal. It's not normal. I don't think it should be normal for anyone. So I'm gonna scooch over there. I'm gonna put the photos over here and we are going to talk through the new beauty releases that have been announced lately, whether I plan to buy them and why or why not. That's how this video works. Let's do it. So yeah, I just got back from Mexico. If you want to go on my Instagram, there's a highlight of all of it. We befriended many animals. And one thing that happens when you stay at a very curated resort is you have zero tolerance for clutter. Because everything is just so simplified and so relaxing. And so I come back, I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna burn the house down. I have no idea how I have so much stuff, but I'm about to throw it all away. Okay, so let us commence with makeup on your radar. Poor thing. I feel like Jamie, like once a year, maybe twice a year, someone copyright claims Jamie and they shut her account down and everybody has to like find her again. And so her new handle is back to makeup on your radar, just delineated with little, you know, dots in between each word. We are up to 2,136 followers, but like go follow her there. She's usually at least over 16,000 the last time that I checked, but she was shut down by who? Glossier. Glossier has copyright claimed my photos before. I have taken photos of a Glossier product in my own hand at my own house and they have tried to copyright claim it. And it's like, there's no double checking. There is no customer service at Meta. Anyway, I highly recommend going and following Jamie. If you haven't seen her posts lately, it's because someone copyright claimed her unfairly. Oh my God, Patrick Ta's putting out more blush colors. Shocking. One is lilac and one is coral. Apparently it's 2022. I put Patrick Ta in his flop era. I think Patrick Ta, if we're going to give him his flowers, he is president of the concept of a flop era. Like, he's like, welcome to the fold. It's very quiet here. We have lots of ideas, none of them good. Yeah, I'm not gonna be buying more blushes from Patrick Ta. Again, I'm a reviews channel. I don't need to be reviewing every single color. One of the things at the end of last year that y'all said we needed to leave in 2025 as we move into 2026 trend-wise is like, I don't need every single blush color in every single formula. I can just have one. And we're gonna be doing a lot more face swatching videos this year as a result of that, because y'all have been loud and clear that that is really useful to you. And what do I exist to do mainly? Make useful content. Ooh, Lake and Sky has put out a new eau de parfum. It is 1111 Moon. Now, I'm not a huge, 1111's fine. I love Santal Grey from Lake and Sky. It is one of the best Santal fragrances I have ever found. It's just really unisex. I love the candle. I love the personal fragrance. I wear it all the time. It's intoxicating. I would love to smell this though. We are actually, Alex is a like hospitality photographer, like food and hospitality photographer. And we are going up to Innis in, what is it? Ackerd? Where is Innis? It's upstate New York. And we're going up there for a photo shoot. And I think that he told me that the owner of Innis's wife started Lake and Sky. And I think she sold it, but that is an interesting connection. He was like, have you heard of this brand? I was like, oh, they make Santal Grey. That's one of my favorites. So anyway, let it pull you closer. A celestial reimagining of Lake and Sky's iconic 1111 signature scent. Weightless and radiant, it shimmers like moonlight dusted in stardust. I don't think Jamie wrote that. That's not her copy. It's just kind of heavy-handed. A little clunky, guys. I think that, we could workshop that a little bit. Okay, fragrance family, woody aldehyde musk. Aldehyde, I think, is like a mineral-y kind of thing. I'm not an expert on this stuff, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Top upcycled Italian bergamot Orpur. I don't know what Orpur is. Cedrat, Italy Orpur. All of these sound lovely. I've been in Mexico for the last week, just kind of like guessing at the meanings of a lot of words. So I'm like, yeah, that sounds fine. Lemon zest. You know what I mean? Like somebody says a whole sentence to you and you catch like 6 out of 10 words and you're like, definitely, yes, I want a chair by the water. and another round of drinks. Middle, coconut shavings, sheer jasmine and coumarin, which I don't know what that is, and base, Texas cedarwood, upcycled vetiver, Haiti or Purr, cashmeran musk, and warm amber. Listen, I would like to smell it. That just sounds lovely to me. And it is $105, $32 for the travel size. Lake and Sky does beautiful, beautiful things. I hope that they send me this. That would be lovely. They have sent me things in the past, but obviously they don't crank out fragrances anywhere near as fast as someone like Fleur. So it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? From one release to the next, I don't know if I'm gonna hear from them, but I definitely would like to smell this. I love their stuff. Okay, so Hermes has put out an eye brightener. Is it an SPF eye brightener? Yeah, it's an SPF 30 eye brightener. It's very much just in the spirit of their tinted sunscreen, which I'm like, cool, I bet it's lovely. I'm sure they'll send it to me because Hermes and I are like, especially Hermes 2.0, I have looked so many of their products and they're very, very generous with their gifting. And so I always love reviewing their products because they tend to be really good, okay? So yeah, I'll definitely be trying that. Ooh, Maison Marie has a new fragrance. Our first gourmand expression, soft vanilla, sweet and radiant, number 15, coming January 15th. Okay, we don't have a name yet. It's a very kind of like, you know, alluring, vague photo. I love Maison Louis Marie also. So yeah, they do Bois de Balancourt number 4, and that is also a lovely Santal fragrance. So yeah, vanilla is my thing. I mean, my boyfriend has a vanilla tattoo for our shared passion for vanilla. So that is definitely something that I want to smell. God, Milk Cosmetics still exists, out here breathing air. No offense, everything that I have like spent my money on from them, I've been like, what is this? Except for the, oh my God, here we go. Where is it? Where is it? It was the cream blushes. They were called, nope, no, my brain purged that in a previous firmware update, but they made really lovely cream blushes there for a minute. But other than that, I've been very unimpressed. Okay, Rare Beauty is releasing bronzers. This is when we get into my things have got to change around here attitude, okay? Like, things have got to change around here. The fact that I am looking at a pan of bronzer that it's Warm Wishes Soft Matte Powder Bronzer. I'm getting to the point where I am going against all of my own philosophies, because I used to always say it doesn't matter whether we think we've tried everything. I cannot look at a product that I have not touched and say, I don't need to try that. I don't need to test that. This might be a bad example just because Rare Beauty does tend to send me new releases to review, which is really great. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they had stopped, because I haven't talked about them in so long because they have only been putting out body care, and I'm not a body care reviews channel. You know, it's not really about whether I think it's good or bad. I just like, that's not what I review. But regardless, I'm looking at this and I guess that we are repositioning the point of view of a lot of these brands towards a customer who is less passionate about collecting makeup and more passionate about going into Sephora and finding something that's easy. And like, if that is what y'all want, then that is what we will continue to do. But I have to say, from the standpoint of like both a, you know, makeup consumer, like someone who just, you know, it's like, I like to be attracted to what I want to buy kind of thing. And also a makeup reviewer, I'm like really uninspired by a lot of these releases that seem to be, it's like, okay, we could say that it's like purely useful, but if you want to just be useful, like let another brand just let another brand. Like, this already exists from Makeup by Mario. This already exists. I mean, Makeup by Mario is the first one that comes to mind, but you know, Charlotte Tilbury, you know, Benefit, you could argue. Like, these are not in any way like a groundbreaking product. The colors are pretty good, I would say, I guess. You know what I mean? There are shades in there that don't exist elsewhere. I do think that they've got some very deep shades, even one Gloria might like. And Rare Beauty does do nice bronzer things, but it's like they've got a liquid bronzer, they've got a stick bronzer, they've got a, I mean, they call it a liquid contour. It's a bronzer. It's both. I kind of feel like it's damned if you do, damned if you don't from the standpoint of these brands, because they jumped into a really saturated market kind of too late, and so they continue saturating the market with a lot of these things where it's like almost playing to the hopes that the customer is just confused when they walk into Sephora and they don't know any better. And they're just like, I don't know. Is this Makeup by Mario? Is this Charlotte Tilbury? Has this always existed from Rare Beauty? Who knows? They just kind of want a piece of this like ever shrinking pie, or the pieces are ever shrinking, this ever particulated pie. And I don't really know where that leaves me as a reviewer, because I'm like, do we care about another bronzer from Rare Beauty in really underwhelming packaging? I mean, I know that I'm going to have that in my collection and be like, you know, I want to be excited about color. I want to be excited about a new formula. A powder bronzer, I really feel like we have had such a capitalistic high demand for all of these things for so long that like no one really makes a bad powder bronzer anymore, unless it's in like a horrible color, you know? I know I'm going to have things in my collection that I like more than this before I even buy it. And again, I'm not sure, because it's like I'm always so exhaustive about everything. I don't know where that lands me from a review standpoint. Like, do I continue to just bloat my collection with things that I personally don't care about? For the people. I don't know. Y'all are the people. Let me know. Oh, Estee Lauder. Oh, Estee Lauder. I am concerned that that's a pH color adjusting product. I knew it when I saw it. No! I know. Everybody comes into my comments. Well, not everybody, but like 1% of people, they're like, that color looks great on me. I'm like, go for it. We don't need a gajillion of them. Even the people who it looks good on, you only need one. Anyway, Futurist Hydro Plump Tinted Balm from Estee Lauder, now available at Sephora. A balm that gives lips a moisture makeover. Science-powered lip balm delivers results with the first touch with hydroberry infusion fruit oil with tint that self-adapts when activated by your personal pH. Don't believe the hype. It's not true. All it does is change colors. It's just one little party trick, okay? It's one color of pink. That's it. Now, I am looking at these swatches and they do look different from one another. So we might be, I know, I'm caveating myself here. We might be in a territory of the way that Dior does it. Because Dior puts the pH color adjusting product in a lot of their backstage products. It's in their blushes, it's in their lip oils, but there's so little of it that is handled really delicately that in a lot of them you don't even notice it, or it's been kind of factored into the claim on the color. It's like, oh, this is coral because it's orange, and then you're gonna get a little bit of pink with the pH color adjusting, but that's, you know, a pretty brilliant way to do it. Regardless, bake in the fact that these are going to be pinker than you think, and if you are neutral, warm, neutral undertoned like I am, things already are so want to turn pink on you that this might frustrate you. You know, there are just so many really beautiful things out there that you don't have to like try and account for it going a different color than it is in the tube. If that's for you, you probably already know that it's for you. It's not for me, so I'm not gonna be doing that, but it does look like a slightly more interesting take on it. Ooh! I wonder if this is, I came home to a lot of packages and I haven't opened them all yet. So there is a new gloss from Thrive. Thrive tends to make like very long wearing products. Like they're a brand that I have, you know, loved since the very beginning. Their mascara is the first thing that I ever reviewed on my channel and I wear it to this day. This is a gloss made for lips that have lived a little. Introducing Empower Gloss TM, Ultra Glossy Lip Serum, a revolutionary formula that goes beyond surface beauty. Non-sticky shine meets deeply hydrated serum, giving your lips the nourishment they deserve while letting your inner light shine bright. More than a gloss, it's a moment of self-care that's effortlessly and authentically you. 8 shades. And it looks really sheer. We need it in the shade Kackie, don't we? Carissa, all I would have to do is ask her. She'd be like, okay. Like, she's amazing. But, you know, if you don't know, I do have a lip liner and lip gloss shade called Kackie at Thrive, and it is like the most delightful kind of, I don't know, slightly desaturated mocha brown. It's like a peachy mocha brown. It's just absolutely gorgeous. This looks cool though. I am definitely willing to give them a shot. We are only to 5 days ago in terms of what's been announced. Okay, we got Vanilla Skin Body Oil. I'm gonna need that. Okay, Kosas. Kosas. My girl. Hey girl. Yeah, we have available now at Sephora. I might have these downstairs in all of those packages I haven't opened yet. These are the new Shiny Objects Wet Glisten Highlighter Powder for face and eyes. So they are eyeshadow highlighters. I thought that they were just eyeshadows when I saw them, but they're like eyeshadow highlighters, but they're definitely more of a wet look. Wet pressed highlighter powder that melts into skin for a transparent, glistening finish on the face and eyes. Listen, those are words all together that sound like something different than I have maybe experienced. You know, I'm not sick of that yet. I don't know what they're talking about and I'm curious. That's the kind of thing that I want in my hands. I just want to be trying things on my channel that we're genuinely curious about. Like, I can pretty much predict what the Rare Beauty powder is gonna feel like. I hate to be using that one as the example because there's a lot of stuff that's coming out that's like that. Like, she is by no means the only brand that's guilty of just like cranking out a bunch of duplicate products. But I've been saying that I wanted Kosas to do something imaginative, and this does look imaginative. Like, still within reason though. And I just, yeah, I want all of them. I want to try them. And they probably will send them to me. Kosas and I have a long, long, long relationship. I love my girl Kosas, you know? For better or worse, we've been together a long time. This is where we jump the shark, okay? So this was January 5th, I believe, that these were announced. And I got in so many conversations with my friends immediately because it was like Patrick Ta had just at the end of last year announced that he was going to put out tinted lip balms, okay? And then my friend Rudy, who gets everything in PR, okay? Like, you know, you think I get PR, she gets everything. She did this fantastic video. I will stick some footage in of it.
Patrick Ta, Road, Summer Fridays. How is this continuing to happen? When is enough enough? Clearly not now. I feel like this is out of control. Out of control.
And like, Patrick Ta is so late to the game. And then like 3 days later, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but still, it felt extremely soon thereafter, we got an announcement from Moroccan Oil that they're gonna put out tinted lip balms. Moroccan Oil makes hair care, okay? And I mean, not to mention they're not Moroccan, but regardless, I get it. I guess you're like, oil goes other places than your hair. We can expand into other verticals, whatever. But like, I mean, we got berry pomegranate, vanilla date, and Moroccan mint tea tinted stinking lip balms. No, I will not be buying Moroccan Oil lip balm. Sometimes I get like gifting suites and stuff like that through Shop My Shelf, and if they offer it to me, I will try it, but that is by no means an endorsement, okay? That is not like you need to go out and buy this. I know what it's gonna be like. None of these is earth-shattering, okay? And we're jumping the shark. Jumping the shark. I have like hundreds of tinted lip balms that have been sent to me. Ilia is putting out a lip gloss. Interesting. Okay, no, they're like very committed color-wise, like really pigmented. They look great. I like what Ilia is doing. They're kind of going through their own little like RMS 2.0 moment. Overglaze hydrating lip gloss for 24-hour moisture, a long wear moisturizing lip gloss that hydrates for up to 24 hours and visibly plumps lips over time without bleeding or feathering. And there's always the question, right, in a lip gloss of, is it gonna be sticky or is it gonna be kind of balmy and smooth? Is it gonna be syrupy and fill in the lines on your lips, or is it gonna be like, you know, thin and lightweight? Is it going to have a smell? Is it going to have a taste? Is the plumping ingredient going to be noticeable or uncomfortable or minty or spicy or change the color of your lips? These are all valuable things for me to tell you in a review before you buy it yourself. I want to save you the potential $26, which God bless. The fact that Ilia, I don't know who came to them, but they were like, you need to lower your prices. Because when they first came out as a clean beauty brand, everything was wildly expensive. I feel like for every $5 that Charlotte Tilbury for no reason adds to the end of all of her price points, Ilia has been knocking $5 off of theirs, which I really appreciate, because at this point I think Ilia is like less expensive product for product than Kosas. Like, Kosas I still feel like is a little overpriced for what it is. I definitely want to try these. These are really pretty, and they just seem like they have the potential to be unique. And regardless, there are just a lot of moving parts in a lip gloss, you know, that people will want to know about. All right, Makeup Forever, what in the heck is that? I love having a what in the heck is that moment when I'm looking at new beauty releases, because what in the heck is that? So this is the Artist Waterproof Color Cream Eyeshadow and Liner, okay? A high pigment cream that glides on and blends easily to use as an all-over shadow or precise liner with a 24-hour waterproof finish. The colors that they chose are choices. I guess they had to pick something, you know what I mean? One of them is the color of this shirt. It's just this bright cobalt. And like, honestly, not no. That sounds awesome. I will do that. I would like to try it. Limitless Brown. They painted the entire bottom of a girl's ear with that. Listen, who am I to say no? Okay, all right, no, one of them is this, okay, the girl's eye, but yeah, they do be painting ears. Are we painting ears in 2026? Are we painting ears in 2026? Sunrise Shimmer is pretty, but it's a very yellow gold. And then Silver Gleam, we're putting it on our fingertips in 2026. Yeah, creativity without limits. Listen, we are taking pages from the MAC playbook, which I adore. That's what I want more of in 2026. Not necessarily just arts and crafts for the sake of arts and crafts, but artistry for the sake of artistry. Artistry in the sense that like, we trust you to get weird. We trust you that we're not going to tell you necessarily what this product is. You can do whatever you want with it. We trust you to experiment. Try and fail, possibly. I do, I feel like there's like this spectrum in beauty right now where it's like you have something like the Rare Beauty bronzers and the Patrick Ta lip balms and things like that over here being like, we didn't try anything experimental because we don't expect you to try anything experimental, okay? We don't have any new ideas because we're not trying to scare you, and we are assuming that our customer wants to play it safe. And that is probably true for a lot of people. And there's this other end of the spectrum that I feel like is much more exciting to me right now, which is these brands that are going, listen, we founded our brand on artistry and it's time to get back to what we do. And that might leave some people behind. And that's okay, you know? And I like the idea of not necessarily trying to appeal to everyone. I don't know, y'all, I was just riffing. That might not be a complete thought. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to have a conversation. Winky Looks is, I don't know what you would say, quadrupling down at this point. They sent me a gifting suite for their PH liquid blush and their PH lip liner, and I was like, no thank you. Pass. I'm sorry. Pass. No. Clarins has put out a tinted lip balm situation. I'm not buying any more tinted lip balms in 2026. If you want to send them to me, that's fine. We'll try them. I'll entertain it, but I'm not buying any of them. Oy, 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 vavoy. Listen, Solazu, Perfecting Cushion, you know, the shade range in the Asian market, the bar is in hell. I'm not entertaining that until we get a real shade range. I want to actually go over to Amit Beauty Talk. She is another of these lovely accounts that I started following recently. I don't know why I didn't follow her before, but she is incredible. And she's been posting about a lot of luxury stuff that I've been interested in. And so we're going to go over there now. All right, first of all, we got the new, or upcoming at least, Hermes Plein Air Luminous Matte Skincare Foundation. It has landed. It is available now as of 4 hours ago. Hold please. Purchased. Yes, this is $145 and I've tried the Plein Air skin tint from Hermes a while back and it was underwhelming. So I'm going to, you know, obviously do this for the team. I want to know if it's good. But the claims here are Luminous Matte Skincare Foundation. Okay? Normally I wouldn't go for matte, but Prada says that it's also matte, and this is my favorite foundation, and I'm wearing it right now and it's not very matte. As far as the claims on this, it says hyaluronic acid, best for normal skin, medium coverage, conceived by Gregoris Purpulis. My favorite expert on things. I definitely know who that is. Creative director of Hermes Beauty, now I know who that is. To deliver the perfect balance of high performance makeup, effective skincare, and a natural look. Foundation evens out the skin. What is the skincare we're talking about? Niacinamide, pure hyaluronic acid, white mulberry extract. It's an antioxidant. Cool, yeah, no, love it. Sounds great. Can't wait to try it. Ain't none of us getting any younger. Let's see how it goes. Gucci has released the new Eternité Debute Cushion Foundation in 8 shades. We know that Gucci can do a shade range. Why do we only get 8 shades? I understand that there are fewer demands in the Asian market, but from what I gather here, they're selling it everywhere. Either way, it looks really pretty. I haven't really loved a cushion foundation. I don't think I've ever really found a shade that blew my mind. What did we had one from Chantecaille for a while, didn't we? I liked that one. That one was good. I had to really reach back in my brain for that though. Because yeah, I bought the Eternité de Beauté foundation before and it was fine, but like it just wasn't for my skin type really, and it was wildly green. Like the neutral was wildly olive, and I think I gave it to Rebecca for that reason. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll have it in Sephora and I can touch it or something. I don't know. Charlotte Tilbury has put out a new concealer. All new Airbrush Flawless Blur Concealer in 34 shades. Am I terrible for not caring? Her last concealer was fine. All of her stuff is too much money for what it is. It's $36 for this. Like, it's fine, darlings. Charlotte Tilbury. I'm sorry. Am I like horrible for just not caring? I'm sure a lot of people are gonna care about it. I just don't care. I just don't care. I just don't care. Sorry. If you want me to borrow it, I will. But I would like to go on record as saying, put me down for I don't care. Gucci has dropped 6 new glowy dewy powder blushes. I did buy, I think just one of these, and maybe 2. I might have bought 2. I definitely bought that deep plum color because I just found it to be interesting. Gucci has been really hit and miss in terms of their makeup for me. Their eyeshadow palette was like, meh. Their bronzer is, oh my god, so good. Their foundations have been meh. They have a couple of lip products that are like, oh my god, so good. But like this fragrances are kind of like, eh. I have the highlighter that's like, okay. And then, you know, their blushes were like sort of good. I like the packaging too, but like I'm stoked on a hybrid blush. I assume it's going to be a little bit more like that funky putty type highlighter that they did. So I don't know. I bought one. We'll find out. We'll find out together. Oh, what? Prada also has lip gloss, lip balm gloss, releasing in March. Yeah, I want that. Does the green stay green or are they pH color adjusting? Because I'm about to kick a wall. Yeah, if it's green and it's just like actually just like a translucent green, yes. You know what I mean? Sign me up. That sounds awesome. But yeah, I definitely will want to try those. Prada has yet to really piss me off. You know, we're still in our honeymoon phase. I think the last thing that I'm going to touch on here is just the kind of crash out that I feel like the new Makeup by Mario new jelly jar cheek multi-use balm things are. I have not even watched a video on these, like a review with the sound on. I don't even need to. I mean, I saw Rudy with like, you know, her text on screen being like, this doesn't do a good job of either thing. It is not good for your lips or good for your cheeks. It seems to be right in line with kid makeup, and that is the epidemic that is going through Sephora. I have no problem. People have a lot of problems with kids in Sephora. I don't have a problem with kids in Sephora. If the things that we had for the kids at Sephora was coming with some level of artistry and inspiration and education and not just this blatant niacinamide laced cash grab. That's all it is come in, buy things. When I was like, I mean, granted, I was not at a makeup store shopping for myself at like 8, 9, 10, but like I started breaking out. My skin started breaking out when I was like 11, right when I hit 6th grade. I was wearing makeup in middle school because my skin was so bad. I don't think that it's that unusual, but I think that especially going into a place like Sephora, where you're encouraged to invest in kind of sophisticated products, I feel like that's always been the Sephora aura, if you will. I need to get off camera, but I'm going to finish this thought, is that, you know, you're going in there and like, you're accepting that like Sephora has vetted these products for value. A lot of times they won't even carry an entire line from a brand because it's like they vetted the products and they were like, no, these are the products from this line that we think meet the standards of our customer. It seems to all go out the window when it comes to the quality that they're willing to sell to kids. It's like, if it does nothing, that's what we want. That's the baseline, spend their money. And I just think that that's kind of like not fun or fair to anybody. A kid does still deserve to have fun with makeup, okay? Stop selling them boring things. They just, it's like there's no pathway to inspiration. I mean, by the time I was like 14, 15, all I wanted was MAC makeup. And it wasn't because I was this wild child and like, oh my gosh, you know, like I was scaring my mom with like, you know, putting crazy makeup on or something like that. It's like, no, that was considered to be like a fun thing. And like, you could still go and get very very wearable, natural looking colors at MAC, but there was this kind of like artistry, inspiration, education angle to things where it was like, hey, you're invited to like learn about makeup. You're invited to like learn about skincare. And I just feel like maybe, yes, maybe TikTok is offering that kind of education, but all I'm seeing is even to the point of, and I have nothing against niacinamide. It's just never really done anything for me or against me or whatever. I feel nothing about niacinamide other than the fact that like my friends who have kids that age, like little girls that are like, you know, 10, 11, 12, they will literally just be like, I don't care what you buy me as long as it has niacinamide in it. They don't even know what it does, but it's like TikTok or, you know, Hailey Bieber or whoever is telling them like niacinamide is the thing that they need, and they're just like buying it hook, line, and sinker. And I just think that like, that's just kind of not fair to anybody to just have this like buzz ingredient. It's like, okay, all the way to the point that like Armani Luminous Silk Foundation is reformulated just to include niacinamide. Like, am I the only one that's just like exhausted by this? I don't want to object to kids enjoying makeup. I think that kids enjoying makeup is a good thing. I do, but I don't think that that's what they're selling. I think they're selling drag your mom in, buy the thing. It's supposed to be kind of inconsequential at the end of the day, and that's what this Makeup by Mario flop of a product seems to be. I'm certainly not going to buy it. The colors are fine. It looks sort of meh in all regards, and I just find again this polarization of the kinds of makeups the items of makeup that are coming out right now that are all the way towards artistry and all the way towards like the most boring benign thing you can possibly imagine. Not even a Tarte palette, you know what I mean? Not even like this is going to be useful. We don't want it to do anything, we just want you to spend your money on it. I'm insulted by that, and I feel like it's kind of insulting the intelligence of like the kids too and the parents too. Like, we all deserve better than that, and I do feel like it's all gotten really, really, really watered down, and it's a bubble. It's a bubble, and I don't want to invest in it anymore. And so that's why the stuff that's kind of like really blatantly bland, like super intentionally bland, I'm kind of going cross-eyed about it. I feel like things are gonna change around here, you know, just a little bit. I just cannot keep buying bland products. I don't want to. So y'all let me know. I feel like those are like not very strong delineations. It's not like, you know, I'm only going to buy from this price point or from this retailer, from these brands or whatever. It's like, you can't tell what brand is gonna put out a nothing product next in order to try and capitalize on, again, this like ever particulating pie. But I would love to know your thoughts on what you've noticed in the market. What do you find fascinating? What do you find frustrating? Because scooch, scooch, scooch. Yeah, at the end of the day, my job is to make content that helps you and that you're interested in about the stuff that you're interested in. So let me know, not just about products, because I know a lot of things that we really need to do is just compare stuff that's already existed for a while, and that's probably going to take up a lot of the airtime regardless. I don't think that we're going to need to worry that much about new products like coming out at this crazy fast clip going forward, because I don't really feel like a lot of my audience is clamoring for new beauty all the time right now anyway. I think it's going to be more about the luxury items that I feel like are such a high buy-in and are pretty exciting that it does really help to have a review on them, because it's like you don't want to maybe go spend $145 on a Hermes Plein Air foundation unless it's mind-blowing and life-changing, and I'm going to tell you whether it's mind-blowing and game-changing and what have you. So anyway, again, I'm just happy to hear all of your thoughts. I'm happy to be back. It's amazing how quickly getting back in the saddle, I'm just like riding a bike. I love talking to a camera. I love hanging out with y'all. So yep, cheers to another year of being an idiot on the internet, and I hope y'all are excited about it too. I hope that I can continue to serve the people. If you enjoyed this video, please give the video a thumbs up. If you're new here or you just haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. We would love to have you. I will put a video up here that I think that you will enjoy if you liked this one. We will have a trying new makeup coming up next, so tune in for that. It's not going to be a bunch of throwaway products. It's a bunch of stuff that I've been like really excited about talking about. And yeah, I love y'all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.